What's up, Spacers? Now, there's a lot of Sonic games out there. Some are good, some are great, and some are outstanding, but some of them are also pretty bad. But today I've come to talk about some of the worst to best Sonic games that some people aren't and are fond of. Note, this video does not include Sonic fan games or any of the spin-off games like Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, I feel like it should be stated that this is my own opinion, so please don't go down to the comment section and start harassing me and others for our opinions. Because as Sonic says, that's no good.
No good.
So, to kick off this list, I think I'll start by saying Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. This game really doesn't meet the standards. It's based around the spin-off TV show Sonic Boom, which not many are fans of. Me, myself, I don't mind the show. There is some cringe stuff and goddamn awful dad jokes, but we're not here to look at that. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric really doesn't please me, and there's a reason for that. The game is pretty untidy in some places, and some of the story is awful. The combat is incredibly boring and repetitive, and the platform is nearly unplayable with the unresponsive controls and bad design. Nothing about the game is redeeming or interesting and proves it a completely terrible entry, even worse than Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I've seen people defend this game against Sonic 06 and Sonic Forces, but even Sonic 06 was probably better, in my opinion that is. Sonic Forces. Not many people like this game, and while the story is kind of bland and the 2D gameplay sections aren't as good as Sonic Generations 2D sections, Sonic Forces really doesn't appeal to me. I guess I like this customizable character creator, which allows people to have their OCs in a Sonic game, which I guess that is what everyone wants. Me, I guess my OC would be cool in a Sonic video game scenario. You can argue that my OC isn't unique, but I'll leave that topic for another video. Sonic Forces has the same problem that most 3D Sonic games have, and that it's the Sega mascot look. And by that I mean the lack of eye and hand movement. It's really no use having these features on the character if you're not even going to put them into play. I get that most of Sonic Forces is motion capture, but I don't know if that is really excusable. I wouldn't say Forces is a terrible Sonic game, because there is certainly worse, but for a game released in 2017, you'd at least expect it to be good. Next on my list is Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, one of the prequel games to the cartoon of the same name. Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal is a 3DS title focused on exploration and puzzle solving. Two things that Sonic isn't known for: the levels feature hard stopping points where Sonic is no longer allowed to run, forcing the switch to a different character to make use of their special abilities to move forward. Putting a hard roadblock in the gotta go fast, the game also forces several playthroughs of every level to be able to advance forward in the game. A few classic Sonic racing levels shine through, but not nearly enough to make this game enjoyable. Next on the list is Sonic Shuffle. Despite Sonic being so fast, it's always a shame to see him chasing trends during his peak years. This includes one of the most bizarre entries to the series that was an official product. Sonic Shuffle, the Dreamcast title from 2000, is clearly inspired by the success of Nintendo, like they could be successful, and Hudson Soft's Mario Party series, focusing on creating a digital board game with chaotic net minigames. However, Sonic Shuffle would have been better off being a direct rip-off rather than trying its own thing with a story mode and extra layers. Well, Mario Party is like busting out a game like, sorry, Sonic Shuffle had so many mechanics and rules that it made getting into a game a slog. This is not including long loading times and slow gameplay overall. It at least isn't the party game mode from Sonic and the Secret Rings, but that's a low bar and most things can clear easily. I wouldn't class it as the worst in my opinion, but many others would. In 6th place comes Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. This game went through a lot over the past decade, and the reason being is that there is so many bugs and flaws with the game. The story isn't the best, and it's understandable why people really don't like the at least kissy Sonic aspect of the game. No, let's talk about that. And let's just say that Silver's story, while being slow to grasp the context at times, I don't mind Silver's story. I think I prefer it more to Shadow's story in the game, but the same could be said for Elise's story. Elise is a bit of a weakness for the game, not because she's the woman, but because of the story of her not being able to cry. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're telling me if she stuck her toe, she won't be able to like thrive in pain and cry? Like, what? But I do like the CGI cutscenes in the game. It's also sad when you realise that most of the budget went into that opening credit scene. Now let's move on to the best Sonic games. Kicking it off with the 5th game of the list is Sonic Unleashed. Released in 2008, Sonic Unleashed is a major step up from Sonic 06, although not many, including myself, are a fan of Chip, but I'll leave that for a reason for a future video. Sonic Unleashed is a fairly decent story, and while I'm not too big of a fan on the Warthog stages, some of the story does allow for an easy overall gameplay, and if I'm being honest, the blue sections are similar to Sonic Generations, but I feel like the game's a little fast paced in a few sections. But I don't think that's a problem, because I mean, that is the main point of the Sonic game. Am I right, or am I right? Moving on to the 4th game on the list, Sonic Generations. This game has been my favourite for the past few weeks. Sonic Generations basically celebrates the 20th anniversary of the Blue Bullet, and the game circulates around 3D and 2D sections. Like Sonic Unleashed, there's 2 acts of each level: Sonic Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, and even Sky Sanctuary. There's also some mini games where you can compete in a racing against yourself. Also, there's one where you can compete against Metal Sonic, pretty similar to Rival Rush in Sonic Colors Ultimate. I'll get into that game in a moment. Also, I like the boost formula in Sonic Generations. It certainly is better than compared to Sonic Forces. As previously mentioned, next on the list is Sonic Colors / Sonic Colors Ultimate. Now, given that this game had a pretty buggy start recently, Colors Ultimate, I will refer to it as Colors Ultimate for this video, but the game is pretty good. It introduces the aliens known as Wisps, capable of sharing their powers with Sonic. There's Jade, who is exclusive to Ultimate, Yakka, who likes murder. He also invented a tropical resort, but that's unrelated. There's Rocket, Cube, and much more. Also, the game, I believe, is the first Sonic game that was exclusive to the Wii console at the time. And also, to refer to Ultimate, the new graphic upgrade is great. I've heard people complain about the bloom, but that wasn't really what hasn't been complained about in the past few weeks of this game's run. Anyway, Sonic Colors will always remain a place in my heart as a good Sonic game. Moving on to the second best Sonic game, we have Sonic Adventure 2. Being released in 2001, Sonic Adventure 2 is a sequel to not so perfect but still good Sonic game. Now, I'm having a blast playing through Sonic Adventure 2. I've been streaming it on Twitch. We'll be streaming that on weekends. So feel free to hop over and join us at twitch.tv/xdgameryt. YT_. Anyway, Sonic Adventure 2 is a real pleaser to many Sonic fans and me. Sure, the graphics aren't as good as some homes, but the game was released in 2001 for Christ's sake, and hopefully if Sega decides to remaster both of the games, we may see a new change to the graphics, and I mean, they did it with Sonic Colors, so why can't they do it with this? Before I move on to the first best Sonic game, I just want to say that we are super close to that sweet 300 subscriber mark, and as a treat for 300 subscribers, I will sing It Doesn't Matter from SA2 with auto-tune when we hit that milestone. So if that's something you want to see, consider dropping a sub with your post notifications turned on so you never miss a piece of Sonic content from me. And without further ado, let's get into the first best Sonic game of all time. To end the list with the first best Sonic game, that would be Sonic Mania, released in 2017, being set right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The game is a brilliant prequel to the game. The story is pretty detailed, and I think that it ties in well with the original games that were released in the original home consoles. And that pretty much wraps up my list of worst to best Sonic games. Thank you so much for watching this video, and remember, I don't intend to offend anyone who is a fan of the games I mentioned as the worst. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and keep on speeding.